I'm Edie Lush, and I'm here in the Hub Culture Pavilion in Paris at COP21. Really pleased to be joined by Peter Rowan. He's an independent consultant in climate finance. Now tell me, you want to move on from green bonds to resilience bonds, but tell me first why green bonds haven't worked.
It's not that they haven't worked, they have worked in their own way. However, what a green bond is very much a niche financial product. Generally, the organisations who release these sorts of bonds
Like
are,
who? Who would they be?
Be they cities like New York has released a green bond as a municipal green bonds, and then there's like utilities sometimes do it. But where they're looking at it, it's either because they're trying to sell to their shareholders that they are green, or they're trying to increase their credit rating, right, to reduce the cost of the bond to them. The reason why I would say they are totally not really unsuccessful but won't expand across the whole financial market is because of this issue of the rating of the bond itself. I was chatting to some people in the industry and they're saying, well, initially we did release these bonds. We were very happy to because as a company we were very, very small. And so we wanted to increase our rating, and we had to go down the standard, and that would increase our credit rating. However, we've been taken over by a big sovereign fund, and that sovereign fund now is our credit rating, which is AAA. We don't need to do this anymore. It's at a cost. And people within the industry say, well, why would we adopt green bonds when we don't have to?
So how does the resilience bond?
Well, the resilience bonds is focusing not on the risk, but actually on the resilience first, because we all know climate change is happening, and by introducing resilience as a first approach, you actually then reduce risk as a second part of that. It's near enough like a very much a premium offtake of basically introducing resilience. And I'm trying to, resilience bonds isn't another niche product. What resilience bonds is trying to get resilience into the overall bond market as a business as usual way of approaching it. And in trying to engage, be it the insurance firms who are interested in this, and also the ratings agencies as well. And that actually helps cover them for the future as well. So this is where my push is. And there is already starting to be some positive feedback I'm getting. I've been building on this now for about a year. I would say building up to COP21, I've actually started to get some good response.
And where do you think we'll see the first resilience bonds issued? Would it be municipal or amongst companies? Where do you think?
I would think it would probably be amongst companies. A lot of the companies within the agricultural sector and food sector, they are trying to build in resilience in their supply chains, for instance. There was a conference about a month ago in London run by the World Bank on resilience in food supply chains, and there was a lot of talk of how do we actually cover ourselves against climate change affecting the food industry. And
so it addresses issues of mitigation and
adaptation.
Okay. So give me a specific example of how a food company would use it.
A food company would use this bond to build in resilience in their own supply chain.
Right.
At the moment, an example of it is like in hazelnuts, which we all like. But about 80 to 90% of hazelnuts are actually grown in northern Turkey. Nutella, which we do, the lovely French spread, source their hazelnuts from this one region in northern Turkey. However, there has been a drought in this area, which has a major reduction on this. And they basically have been searching around the rest of the world, trying to source other supplies of hazelnuts. And the price has gone up because of that. And that then is basically taken on by the customer when the price of Nutella goes up. So this is an example. If they built in resilience and actually helping the farmers to harvest water and in other ways, then they wouldn't have this issue. And also building up in other areas in the world, growing hazelnuts. So there's a two-way approach to this. Then there's the other thing on the transport of where there's actually less wastage and storage. That can actually be another resilience area which they could work on as well. So there's a number of areas which can be worked, which actually benefits the supply chain as a whole, and also benefits the farmer at the bottom.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. We'll have to leave it there. But Peter, thank you so much for dropping into the Hub Culture Pavilion here in Paris, and I'm Edie Lush.